Hello skincare besties, and welcome to day one of our monthly series. I'm Ifeoluwa Ajadi, and we'll be diving straight into our topic for today. So earlier in the previous video I had mentioned that we'll be exploring a very interesting theme, and I gave a hint that we'll be exploring the connection between the skin and a vital function of the most important organ in the body. Now obviously that is the brain. So on to the name reveal for our theme for the month of August. Drum roll. Okay, so we'll be looking at skin and mind. Okay, I don't know if anybody thought of that. Well, the mind is the thought of feelings, perceptions, emotions, and experiences, and these are all functions of brain activities. And the mind actually has a very positive, it could have a very positive or very negative effect on your skin, and that is what we're going to be looking at today. So on to basic definitions. What is the skin? What is the mind? Well, now I know that you know what the skin is, you know what the mind is, but as the host of this conversation, I'm going to be giving my own definitions. So the skin is the largest organ in the human body, basically covers every organ in the body, and one of the functions of the skin is protection, protects the internal organs. Another is regulation of temperature, another is control of sensations, and much more. This is not a biology class, so we'll not be going deep into the details like that. Anyways, the mind, as I have explained earlier, is the seat of thoughts, perceptions, and emotions, which are functions of brain activity. Now let's look at what is called the skin-mind connection. Well, let me shock you. It's actually something called the skin-mind connection. There is. I repeat, there is. And this is backed by science. Now, the skin-mind connection is actually a two-way connection. What do I mean by a two-way connection? It's like a two-way traffic. So we have mental health and we have skin health. Imagine there is a piece or a tube right in front of me now, and at the end of this tube is skin health, at the end of the other is mental health. It means that whatever passes through this tube can affect the mental health, and whatever passes through this tube can affect your skin health. So it means that your skin health can affect your mental health can affect your skin health. That's what I mean by it's a two-way kind of thing. I hope you understand. And then we'll be looking at the science behind the skin-mind connection. Well, science explains this as the gut-brain connection and the brain-skin connection. So the gut-brain connection is, the connection or pathway between your gut, let me use it, the digestive system, and your brain. It means whatever you take in, the activities going on in your gut can affect your brain. And then the brain-skin connection implies that whatever goes on in your brain or your brain function can invariably affect your skin. So that's just a brief exposition on the science behind the skin-mind connection. Now, since we've seen, and I hope you've seen, there is something called the skin-mind connection, it means that your mental health or the state of your mind can influence your skin. Now, this is what we're going to do, and this is what we're going to be looking at for the rest of August. So this is basically an intro video to help you ease into the theme for the month. Now let's look at the negative impact of mental health on skin health or on your skin. The first thing is stress. Stress on your mental health can affect your skin, and I'm sure this is very relatable. Well, sometimes some period in my life where I've been so stressed, maybe when I had exams to prepare for, or when I had maybe a family function coming up, and then I was the one going up and down, carrying this, buying this in the market, and that, those periods were very stressful for me, and it began to tell on my skin. Not even something that I noticed like that because I was very busy, but something that other people noticed and told me like, oh, you were breaking out, or you had rashes or reactions on your face because I was stressed. And then I noticed that after those periods, it was like my skin just healed itself. Why? Because of that period of stress, which affected my mental health and began to tell on my skin. Another is anxiety. When you worry too much, it affects your mental health, and this invariably can affect your skin. Another is hormonal imbalance. When your mental health is so stressed, or when there are stressful factors affecting your mental health, it can lead to imbalance in hormones, especially our key hormone in the subject of this discussion, which is cortisol, popularly known as the stress hormone. And high level of stress hormone, high level of cortisol in your And then we have the positive impact. It's basically a reversal of the negative impact. So when you have improved, you're able to manage stress properly, you are able to manage pressure such that you do not worry too much, you're not anxious too much, you are able to be mindful, have mindful practices to the end that your hormones are not high, in a high level or in a high spike, for example cortisol. You are able to maintain your mental health and activity, which helps your skin to function effectively as it should. What does this help us to see? It helps us to see that skincare is not a one-way traffic. It requires a holistic approach. And what do I mean by a holistic approach? It requires interconnectedness of various factors: physical factors, emotional factors, mental factors. So let's look at some of the factors that are required for you to have a good skin. Number one, the physical factors. One of it will be nutrition. What you take in will tell on your skin. Because tell me how you'll be using a 10-step skincare routine and you have not invested in good food. My sister, be playing. You are playing. So, in this world of Instagram trends and social media trends, we see a whole lot of different things like 15-step routine, 20-step routine. I would not be surprised if there's a 100-step routine out there. And then, many people just think that I just need to get this product and everything will be fine. Yada, yada, yada. But that is not true. If you do not take care of other factors, your mental health, your diet, trust me, it will not work. I repeat, it will not work. And it's not me that said so. Science says so. So don't argue with me. Okay? Well, don't argue with science. Anyways. So your diet is one of those things, your nutrition, and then skincare routine as well. In as much as I've said that, okay, your diet is important, your mental health is important, you must also ensure that you have a skincare routine. You cannot be striving towards achieving healthy skin and you do not have a skincare routine, a basic one at that. You are also playing. So these physical factors also influence your skin health. And then when we move into the emotional and mental factors like stress management, self-care, mindfulness, relaxation technique, and much more. These are mental and emotional aspects that ought to be put in place for you to achieve healthy and glowing skin. And the result of this holistic approach would mean that you achieve a good, healthy, radiant, and glowing skin because you did the right thing. Do you get me? Alright. So that is all for today. I hope you've gotten good exposition on what this monthly series is going to be about, and I'm very curious to hear your experiences as well. I'm sure I'm not the only one who has had breakouts during periods of stress. I love to hear your experiences. Have you had questions in your mind? Okay, why does my skin experience this when I'm stressed? Why do I go through this when I'm stressed? I'd like to hear your experiences in the comment section, your stress experiences in the comment section. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, like, comment, share to your skincare besties and your non-skincare besties, and see you on day 2.